Hi, I'm Lindsay from Fluid Art Magazine. I'm the crazy old bird that still likes to read magazines, and this is how it all started. So today we've watched Rinska's first tutorial video, and I'm going to attempt to reproduce that. As a fairly new convert to fluid art, I'm not sure that I'll be able to do it, but this is the challenge for the magazine. I'm wearing my brand new painting top, which has got loads of colour in, so if I forget to take it off before going to pick the kids up from school or go to the shop, hopefully it won't be too noticeable. So let's get going. I've got here not the exact paints that Rinska was using, but I've got some Folk Art Aqua, some Free Flow Blue, some Deco Art Dazzling Metallics Glorious Gold, and I've got the Jo Sonja, and that's the Colony Blue. Those are the colours I've got because I'm very limited at the moment, being a beginner. I'm going to mix them up in my recycled yoghurt pots for a money saver. I've also got this that I was sent, which is titanium white artist acrylic. It's X2 and it's free flow. I've also got 4 tongue depressors that I have used before. I've got a bottle of water because Rinska only uses acrylics and water in this tutorial. I have a small tile to try initially with the paints and see if they work, and I've got a bigger tile that I would do after. Jo Sonja Colony Blue into my yoghurt pot. So when we look into the pots, the Jo Sonja has stayed thick and in place. The Folk Art is kind of spread out a little bit, and along the same with the Deco Art Gold, and the Atelier is gone really liquid. It's quite liquid to start with. Water in. Just going to put a right little bit of water in that blue, just a drop, and stir it. That is very watery. In fact, I would say that that is just too watery already. Probably shouldn't have added any water at all. So I'm going to put that one on one side because I've already made a boob. Get another yoghurt pot and try again. So I will put in the blue, and I will use a pipette to put a spot of water in there, and then I don't. Well, I had to stop then because I've got rather a disaster going on. I dropped some paint absolutely all over my computer and the floor and myself. Thank goodness for this fabulous top. I have the blue to approximately the right consistency, I hope. I have the Jo Sonja, which is a thicker paint, still maybe not to the right consistency, adding a few more drops of water. Mixing up. I hope I can edit this video to cut out the disaster, or else you're all going to have a real laugh at my expense. But hey, we all make mistakes. Mix, 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 mix. And do I have anything like? Yep, looking to be running off a bit okay. Rinska says don't make it as thin as the others, otherwise it mixes in and goes a greeny colour, which she doesn't want. So just a few drops of water in there, and then It's like really sitting on top of this gold is that water. And then I'll mix it. It still seems a little bit thick. So I'll try a few more drops. Don't want to get to thinning it down too much, and if I was pouring that water in, I definitely would with my shaky hands. That's like not running off but oozing off, so I'm going to leave that gold at that and see what happens. So now I'll start with my little tile. Got lots of outside noises going on today, which is just typical. The next door neighbours having some work done, and we've got hammering, we've got helicopters, and then try and open it up again. Right, I'm just gonna literally pour this on and see what. I think it might be a bit thick. Loads of bubbles in it, so I do have a torch. Just torch some of those out. Now then, I've completely forgotten the order in which Rinske laid down her paint. So I'm going to go with putting on some of this Jo Sonja first. Then I'll put that free flow on. Then the aqua. And then some of this thicker gold. So, God, this is crazy and stressful in this heat. What idiot thought that this would be a good idea, a good thing to do? Just trying to see where the paint might be thicker to blow over to start with. So I'll try here. Which is what we were aiming for, it to blow over. And I think the trick is now to blow that back out. Wonder if I need to burst those bubbles again, so I suppose it can harm. Right, maybe it has harmed, who can tell? Not me. Well, I'm sure you experts can. So let me try and blow this back over now. I've actually blown quite a lot of the colour off, but it is a small tile. Well, is that it? Or is it not? Doesn't really look like what Rinske did. But again, it's a much smaller piece. I probably had too much paint on there. Just torch that over a little bit and see what's what. So that's just paint and water and this X2 as a base. So before I start the next one, and while that's just sat there a minute seeing what it's doing, that Atelier Free Flow, it's kind of disappeared in, but where it's showing through, it's such a nice colour. Really like it up here, and where it's actually off the edge down here at the corner. Such a nice colour. Maybe needs more of that next time and less of the Jo Sonja. So I'll reuse that little tile. I think I had a test run, and although it wasn't brilliant, I think it taught me, maybe taught me. And I could do another one, but then that'll just make this video uber boring and too long for the magazine. So I'm just going to go straight ahead now. Rinske pours some more white around her puddle of colours, and I forgot to do that. Okay, put some more on here first. does look a bit thick again. Sat up on top. Oh, hey ho. If I was doing it perfectly, there'd be a lot of questions about whether I am a beginner or not, whether I'm bamboozling you all. Well, hopefully you can see from how totally inept I am, how much of a beginner I actually am. It's not my first attempt of anything. I've tried a few different things. Scraped loads of paint, wasted loads of paint, bought loads of wrong products. But such is life. I'm going to put this really nice blue, this free flow, at the bottom this time because it was such a lovely colour. And I'm going to start over here to blow it across there. Sure, that's not the right thing to do, but it's just what appeals to me at the minute. So I've put down a bit more of that blue. Might not have enough paint on this time because this is a bigger tile. So I'll put 2 of those. Just go put a bit more of this blue just because it looked so lovely. I want to be able to see it this time. I'll put this aqua. I didn't see any of the gold in that one that I did. It just didn't show at all. Did I remember to put it in? Don't know till I look at the video. Don't know whether I actually remembered to add the gold, did I? Can't remember now. But let's see. So that gold is much thicker than the others. Maybe that's why we didn't see it. I'll just touch some more of those bubbles and then just let's see what happens. Just let's see. Oh, don't forget the white that Rinska puts around. She puts some more white around it. So I've done that. Oops, dribbled a bit in there. So I've put some more white around it. So let's blow this white over there. But let's see what happens now. I can see a right little bit of gold in the middle. That blue, that free flow from Atelier, is a beautiful colour. I kind of think that's okay. Rinska says to edit that by mouth now, blowing out. I think that's something that a much more experienced person would be able to see what needs to be done, what needs to be blown out, than I can. I can't really tell looking at that. I'll try a little bit here because there's a big white space at the top. And I'll just try here a bit. That's quite white up there, but I think that's just simply due to me putting the paint too much down here and having to push it too far. So that's been quite a good experiment. Loads of those bubbles because I haven't mixed the paints up early and let them settle. Sure that I heard or read somewhere that they call them measles. I've got a bit of a purpley pinky colour coming through down there. I think overall that's quite a good first attempt at a Dutch paw. So thank you, Rinska. What an inspiration you are. So you can see, maybe in a bit more detail, what actually we did get. So some really nice little things coming through down there that I would love to be able to replicate at some point. That's where it goes out to the top, and it's delicate. Not much colour there, but it's delicate. And this is where we've got a few more of those cells, which I think the cells, or are they pearls? Or are they nothing at all? Well, thanks guys. See you again next time.